So, hello friends. So, many of you have asked about this Acumen program and the Kafka GS paper 4 essay program that we are going to start in Minds of Aspirants. So, what I thought was I'll make a series of videos of the key terms. So, many of you would be having a doubt on what is this critically evaluate and what is this comment, what is this discuss, what is this analyze, what we have to write, how we have to write. You may have so many questions as to how to approach the recent question paper of UPSC, whether they have become tough or something like that. So we will see one by one. So I also thought of having because many of you had asked this demo class. So I will start making these series of videos on these key terms and the questions related to them. And you will know that once you see these videos, you will know that how this Acumen and also Kafka. Okay, well, Kafka is about Kafka 23 is about this essay and GS paper 4. So once you see all these videos, you will have an idea of how the classes will be. So a sample, see, abhi picture baki hai. So this will be, a sample of what the classes will be. So one by one we will go, and the first video we will talk about the critically evaluate. How do you define that term? How do you write that term? And that is what we will see in this video. So let us go into the video. Hello friends. So the mains is on the way, and we are going to discuss in this video the key terms. Okay, so many of the students are confused with the key terms in UPSC. So each video we will talk about one key term. So in this we are going to talk about what is called as critically evaluate. Okay, critically. So this is one of the terms that students have confusion with. We are going to talk about what is this critically evaluation means. In general, see, first I am going to talk about what is the meaning of all these things. Critically evaluate and critically examine, both are same. Okay, so and then we will solve one question. So critically examine the impacts or effects of globalization on aged population in India. This is a 2013 question. So that is what we'll see. But first we'll look at the meaning of this. And this video I'll try to make in, see, not the whole video. I'll try to tell the meaning in each language. Each language, say it will be very, important or understandable. So the first I'll tell in Hindi. So I know a little bit of Hindi. So I'll talk about that. See, critically evaluate means Mulyankan. Okay, see, and spelling may be wrong, but I'll Mulyankan. Okay, I'll explain each of the things. Don't worry. Critically evaluate or evaluation is Mulyankan. Okay, or in Tamil, if you see evaluation vandu ஆராய்வது. See, I did not study Tamil, so அதனால தமிழ் எனக்கு தெரியாது. So ஆராய்வது. Yeah. See, you are investigating. Evaluation is, see, evaluation, or you can also talk about in terms of testing. You are testing this statement. You are undergoing what is called as parikshan. Okay, in Hindi it is parikshan or sari பார்ப்பது. Okay, அதான் சொல்றேன். See, sorry, தமிழ் வராது. Okay, சரி பார்ப்பது. Hindi, ஓகேவா, அதான் வந்து. பட் ஆனா இட்ஸ் மூல்யாங்கன், டெஸ்டிங், பரீட்சன் or சரி பார்ப்பது, or that is what you will see as critically evaluation. Or in what then the point is that இது critically, that is gun or dosh. Okay, so why I chose this is that it's very simple. Now I can explain what is gun, dosh. Gun or dosh Mulyankan Hindi la. In Tamil, if you see, this is nothing but sari tavaru. Testing என்னது சரி தவறு பார்ப்பது. இதோட critically na, it is true and false or pros and cons. இதான் அதோட meaning. Pros, cons. pros cons of a particular topic that you are going to evaluate. Seriya? So if you see, we'll go to the question. So the question that we were talking about is critically examine the effects of globalization. See, look at it. Critically examine the effects of globalization on aged population in India. It's a very, see, what then you have to do? Okay, what you have to do next is that you have to start critically examining the point that the question asks for. In that, first, what you have to do is that in that you have to first talk about what is globalization. Correct? What is globalization? This is the first thing that you have to do when you are talking about in a question in civil services. Always remember that when you are whenever you are talking about any topic in civil services, what you have to first talk about is what is the definition of that. Okay, and in the idhula solradhaan and the 3 idiots definition kya hai. Okay, without definition you don't see definition. Other definition enna. Okay, and the 3, I think everyone would have seen that. In that, if you see, so globalization, when you talk about interconnectedness, okay, so I'll see, I will here this is where I am going to represent, but I'm going to represent here. So interconnectedness, so globalization, okay, interconnectedness of nations where they are connected through many of the things, okay, goods, services, ideas, and investment. One more thing is there, people movement. See, this is the point. Okay, this is the point. Global interconnectedness of nation, of goods, services, ideas, investment, and people. So if you happen to see, if you are able to do this, the answer actually comes. How means, as I told you, critically evaluate means pros and cons, right? But you should not write pros. This is not the way to represent in civil services. You should talk about negative or impacts of globalization. This is how you have to talk about impacts of globalization, you know, positive. So positive impacts of globalization. Okay, positive impacts of globalization. But you have to, in this case, see, always try to finish the answer in a positive mode. So what you do is, instead of writing the, because it is an evaluation, see, what you are basically doing is that you are evaluating the statement. सरी तप्पु पाग रही हैं आप, उस स्टेटमेंट का मूल्यांकन कर रहे हैं, परीक्षण कर रहे हैं. परीक्षण means you are thinking about what is that. So when you are doing this, so what you have to first do is positive, okay, positives of globalization on old age. Correct? See, full you have to write it in full. You cannot write it like this in mains answer. In mains answer, you have to write it in full. So when you're talking about this, now you have to start taking things, you know, points. You have to talk about many of the positive things which has happened. For example, if you see, and but the point is that you can actually see, this is why I asked you to look at the definition. When you look at the definition, you can actually make out, see, this is one idea. Okay, one idea of writing mains answers is that if you make out what is a definition, you can get the answer from these definitions. For example, globalization impact on positive impacts. So I will talk about, for example, goods. So look at this. One example I will take, goods. So I can use this and I can talk about, like, you know, because of free movement of goods. Correct? Because of free movement of goods, medical facilities, medical tablets, example, even cancer tablets. Okay, cancer tablets, many of the tablets, life-saving tablets, many of the rare disease tablets. Even cabinet recently passed, you know, for rare diseases, the import or the custom duties, they actually reduced. But rare diseases, now can be sorted out, right? It's a positive. So now you look at this. I wrote this definition. I am actually taking this. But the next, you can also talk about second point. So from here itself, I'll take investment. Okay, investment I'll take. So one of the positives of investment is that, so now you are having so many, so many work. See, when investment comes, FDI comes, you will have jobs. When you are having jobs, so old age population also now will have work, right? There is a movie called as Intern. You can look at that movie. Okay, Intern or movie. Yeah, Robert De Niro movie. In that movie, he will be 70. See, at 70, we think that people do not need any jobs. I have seen people like, reading that Rich Dad, Poor Dad book and saying that I'm going to retire at 45. See, there is no retirement for human beings. Until and unless your body gets paralyzed, there is no retirement. Your brain does not retire. It does not know retirement. You have to keep on doing things which you like till the last moment. All of them. So you cannot retire. So similarly for old age population also, see, huge amount of knowledge is there. That is being wasted in a retirement. But they cannot do physical hard labor due to the age. So you will have this in FDI and you will have an appropriate work. They can do HR work. They can do, consultancy. So you can write like that. So this is like positives of this. Next comes, as I told you, Mulyankan. See, look at this. Mulyankan or Parikshan will have gun dosh, pros, cons, sari, tavaru. All the two, or say, in all the three languages, same. Two things should be there. So now you have gotten this definition, you have gotten this positive. Now you go to the negative. Sorry, you have, okay, first I wrote the positive. Okay, then I think, okay, yes, this way also you can write. So whichever way, positive or negative. Negative impacts. Okay, you have to write fully, but I am just making an assessment. Okay, negative assessment of impacts. As I told you, this is why definition is very, very important. Definition, when you know, I am challenging you. If you know the definition, you will get a higher score. A person who does not see definition and a pathway. A person with a pathway will go a long way. A person who does not know the path will never go, even a short distance. In civil services, it is far more important. Now you come to this. As I told you, I used two things. Now I will use one more thing. So negative, for negative, I will use this. See, movement of people. Globalization also has movement of people, right? Globalization also has movement of people. So what is the negative of movement of people? You think about it. Movement of people abroad for searching job opportunities results in loneliness of old age population. So they are prone to depression. So this is one of the negative impacts of, and also crime. So look at this negative impact which is there. Because of movement of population, because of the movement of the children, there is a lot of crime against old age population, and that has to be stopped. But the next point, see, so people, then ideas. So because of what is this ideas moving across globalized platform, what is going to result now? Second, you think about it. Second point. So ideas moving here and there, globalized ideas, young generation can adapt to, but old age population who have had their traditions, customs, see, we may actually say one small derogatory word. Immediately people start saying boomer, but understand human mind. You are going to be the boomer of next generation, the value system that you store now will be useless for the next generation. They will tell you as boomer. It is not because of them. You should understand human beings. It is not that they are bad. Okay, see, I'm not in any way saying there are bad old people. Yes, definitely there are bad old people who are resorting to sexual harassment and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are not well versed in technology. No, see, they do not know Uber, correct? Globalized thing, Uber, Ola, how to open a bank account, how to UPI. See, these kinds of things be traumatic. How do you use something? And the point is that there is also one more, I think one more movie you can check. I do not know if you have seen that movie. It is an Oscar-winning movie, Artist. Yeah, it's an Oscar-winning movie. It's about a person. It is about an actor before 1920. Before there was, voiceover in movies. So before that, he was a very big star. What happens? Voiceover comes. Yeah, after that, he collapses. That is, he is the king of his own world. But once it changes, he collapses. So think about the old age population. See, when different stuff comes through this globalized platform, they are looking at all these things and they are thinking, am I becoming irrelevant? And that's a very traumatic thing. And that's a negative thing. So then you do all this. And then what happens? Then you conclude or way forward. So what do you write in way forward is that you have to write that you have to have a law. So there is a law where you cannot abandon. Okay, there is a law in India. You cannot abandon the whole population. Second, you can teach digital literacy. Okay, digital literacy you can teach. You can put CCTV cameras for crime prevention, and you can have a better life. So this is what is the meaning of, see, now you come to this point, you have critically evaluated. You please check this. You have critically examined. You have made, there is a statement, you have seen the positives and negatives and you have given a way forward. So basically, definition, pros, cons, way forward. So this is what is critical examination or critically evaluate. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.